That's a great overview of the course, and I suppose why it arrived. Well, what will the course look like, and I suppose how will it differ from the typical CS programs offered by other universities?
I can answer that, Gordon, by talking about some of the ISE design principles, and the key word is immersion. And we achieve this, number one, by introducing residencies that constitute 45% of the course, and these are professional practice distributed throughout the 4 years. They're very different from traditional academic internships with discipline-specific learning outcomes. I'll talk a bit more about that later. Secondly, it's an accelerated program, MSc after 4 years, and each academic year it's a 40-week calendar, so students are very immersed, both when they're on campus and off campus in residencies. Thirdly, studio-based learning, following principles of learning by doing, problem-based learning, where we have students working on thorny problems in teams 24/7, and these are hothouses of creativity and innovation. Then we have block-based teaching when on campus, and this is much more immersive and intensive and accelerated compared to our traditional undergraduate experience. And we have integrated teaching and research tracks, so we're dismantling that barrier between research activity and teaching.
And it sounds very intuitive when you describe it like that, and it seems quite simplistic. But residencies are not something that you would traditionally associate with like a CS program. So what will the residencies actually look like?
So when thinking about what are the innovations we can add to computer science education within an undergraduate context, how can we be transformative, and what are paradigm shifts that we can bring, not for the sake of change, but for the sake of adding significant value to the student experience. So a core to that is residencies. If you think about medical education, nursing education, teacher education, all of these professions, they engage in professional practice by going on residency or placement. So we want to take that concept and apply it in the context of computer science education and in a software engineering context. So it advances internships or co-op programs. For each of our residencies, we've discipline-specific learning outcomes. So for example, in our first residency, students are onboarding and they're learning to work with enterprise development environments on enterprise architectures. In our final residency, residency 5 in year 4, they're conducting research and development programs on company-sponsored concepts. And during residencies, our students are solving thorny software engineering problems. They'll be embedded in agile teams. Going back to the, say, for example, in medical education, when a trainee doctor goes in a surgical residency, they're expected to have done an appendectomy, I assume. And when they go in an orthopedic residency, likewise expected to have participated in a hip replacement. And we have likewise, we have discipline-specific learning outcomes for each of our 5 residencies.
It's fantastic, and I suppose what an offering to be able to provide to students, and then the quality of students and the quality of the internships will naturally start to feed off each other, and as they both evolve and grow, more companies will probably want to participate in that.